Tuscaloosa, Alabama. On Wednesday evening, Alabama head coach Nick Saban held his final press conference before the Crimson Tide's Week 5 home game against Louisiana-Lafayette on Saturday. Below is everything Saban said on the third day of LL Week. When I talked to you after the game, one said, or on Monday, I talked about identifying some of the things that we need to do to improve, and everybody sort of identifying what they need to do to improve individually, collectively as units, each group as well as each unit as to what we need to do to try and improve. I think the question that you can ask yourself as a player, did I get better today? Did I have the focus, the mental energy? Did I finish plays? Did I do things the way I was supposed to do them so that it gives me the opportunity to get better? And I think that if I was going to evaluate practice, I'd say we have a significant number of guys that probably did that, and I say that we have a few guys that I don't know how they would answer that question. But it's important that we get everybody sort of buying into doing things that way so that we can improve individually and collectively as units and groups. We've got the Coach for Cure this week, which involves finding a cure for muscular dystrophy, which we're very supportive of as an institution as well as individually. Nick's Kids is honoring our Teachers Excellence Award recipients at the game. Terry and I both were teachers at one time. Coaching is probably teaching. Teach is really the ability to inspire learning. We have a tremendous of respect and appreciation for people who give their lives to trying to help other people have more success. I know some of the people who had the greatest amount of impact on my life were some of the teachers that I had. I still remember 3rd grade, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 6th grade, 5th grade. I had a lot of good ones. I was probably pretty fortunate for that. We're happy to be able to do that this Saturday. Well, I think Jalen has been very, very professional about the way he's sort of handled the situation he's in. I've said it's a unique situation. Nobody's ever been in this situation before. He won 26 games here and then all of a sudden somebody else is playing. But what he has done is he's worked every day to try to get better. He's focusing on improving and the value he can get from this season, because we're going to play him as much as we possibly can. He deserves to play. There may be a time in the future where he becomes the guy if something happens. We're not hoping for that narrative, certainly. But I think it speaks volumes of his character to stick with his teammates, be a part of this team, finish the season. I've always said how much respect I have for both the guys. How you handle things when you're in a difficult situation, I think, speaks volumes of who you are. The one thing we're all going to have in life is we're gonna have a lot of problems. Life is difficult. How you handle the problems is the one thing that you can control. I think this is certainly an obstacle that will help him be more successful in the future, and the way he's handled is certainly going to help him handle issues and problems that we all have in our lives in the future. I was interested in him because he was at Texas Tech, so I didn't really. To be honest with you, when I called about him to find out about him, I didn't really know he even left Texas Tech. So I didn't even know for sure he was at LL. That really had nothing to do with it. He had really good recommendations as a person, as a teacher, as a recruiter, as a coach where he's been in the past. Several coaches on the staff knew him. He did a nice job on the interview when he was here and has done a nice job with the players on the team this year. It's almost unfair in a way. I know that seems probably unreasonable for me to say, but a lot of these guys get a lot of positive self-gratification from the attention that they get, and that's great. But when it sets an expectation and a standard for what they think they ought to be able to accomplish and how soon they should be able to do that, and they lose the focus on, what do I have to do to be a good player, rather than be frustrated that I'm not playing, because those things don't work in a very positive way for someone. And I think when you have tremendously high expectations for when you come in and you're not focused on what you need to do to be a good player, learn your position so you can be a complete player at your position, then you struggle and you have issues and you get frustrated because you feel like you're not meeting the standard and the expectation that somebody else created for you. It takes a lot of maturity for guys to do that. We've had some guys here that have been able to do it and done it very well, and I'm happy that they get a lot of positive self-gratification for what they do and the quality of players that they are. But to keep that in perspective and be real about what you have to do to continue to progress as a player. Just like every player that leaves here has to go be a complete player at the next level. Every player that comes here has to learn how to play at this level. As long as that attention doesn't affect their ability to do that, I think it's great. I have a tremendous amount of respect for media all over the country. We have a lot of good relationships with a lot of people. ESPN, obviously, is one of the people that do a great job, in my opinion, with college football. They're a great partner of the SEC, as is CBS. They have given us a very fair shake in everything that we've done. Sometimes we get criticized, but I think sometimes when you get criticized, the first question you have to ask is, do I deserve to be criticized? Because sometimes you do. You can't just get mad just because you get criticized. But I think there have been a lot of positive things, because I have a tremendous amount of respect for Lee Fitting, who runs that whole organization and operation up there when it comes to college football, Kirk Herbstreit, a lot of the people that work in that organization. I was very pleased with the quality of what they did. Like for the training days thing they did here for 4 shows. I thought that was really quality, and everything that we've ever done with them, Tom Rinaldi, those guys are really first class. There are a lot of first-class people in the media on a national basis. We respect what you all do for all of our players. They get a lot of attention, a lot of self-gratification, they get a lot of recognition for the hard work that they do, and when they perform well they benefit from some of those things. I would say that it has grown. I hope it's good. You'd have to ask them what they think of my part of it, but I certainly appreciate their part of it. Contact Charlie Potter by 247 Sports personal messaging or on Twitter, @Charlie Potter. *****. Don't miss a VIP update with our free trial of Bamboo Online. Sign up here ******.